So the International Government Communication Forum returned to Sharjah for its 10th edition, bringing over 79 speakers from different parts of the globe. Now, the main theme of the 10th edition was historic lessons and future ambitions. During the event, we spoke to the former British Press Secretary Alistair Campbell to discuss the ongoing crisis in the UK when it comes to the fuel shortages.
The media landscape has changed so much that governments have a legitimate responsibility and a duty now to be in constant communication with the public, particularly over issues of health, and we've seen that with the pandemic. And I think the key to good communications is to understand that there's that never-ending conversation with the public, and it's a two-way conversation. So the more openness, the more transparency, the better. I think Brexit is a national catastrophe. I thought it at the time, I think it even more now. And it's quite interesting, you asked the question, you said you related it automatically to Brexit because you can see that's what's happening. Most of our media doesn't want to do that because most of our media back Brexit. And so I think our politics is in a real mess at the moment. And the government shouldn't underestimate just how serious this will become very, very quickly. Once people start realising they can't get to work, they can't get their kids around the place, hospitals start to run out of fuel, it's a really big thing, this, and they need to get a grip of it pretty quick.
Now, the pandemic was certainly a very challenging time for governments to stay connected with the public, as well as make sure that the services were ongoing. One such country was Estonia, that despite the pandemic, their government did not stop functioning. To discuss the success of the country, it being a very digital advanced country, we spoke to their former president in depth about how the country remained resilient during the pandemic.
In June 2020, I read an article in the New York Times about how there were only 2.5 months of the pandemic had led to a 3 million person backlog in passport renewals because, the offices were closed, so no one could renew their passport. I came to Estonia, I had to renew my passport. Just get online, upload a new picture, which, and I get a new passport. So, this is, you don't need to have government structured the way government services and public service to be structured the way they are and have been for 100 years because of a paper world. We're no longer in a paper world. So that's certainly one of the big messages.
And on the sidelines of the event, we had these breakaway sessions looking at the world of podcasting, as well as creating content and using social media to send out the right message. Overall, what this event has communicated is that the United Arab Emirates is ready to host these live events, and we are preparing for the World Expo in just a few days. This is Abdul Karim Hanif reporting for Khaleej Times.